In the year 2455, Jason is going to come alive. In the year 2455, Jason's not down with that future jive.
Okay.
In the year 2455, he'll kill you if you're having sex with not your wife. That's the best I can do there. In the year 2455, no one on Solaris is going to survive.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my God.
What happened to the man from Nantucket? You didn't get to work him in there.
This is Jason X on Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. We got the Stinker Madness. So there you go. Stinker Madness. I'm your host, Justin. With me is Sam and Jackie.
Hey!
How are you guys? Jason X. The 10th Jason.
Don't.
What?
I'm just throwing that out there right now.
Oh my god.
This shit is awesome!
It is awesome. It is awesome. How did you not enjoy this film?
It just wasn't enough slashings.
It's got one of the highest body counts of any of the
Jasons. Got
Jasons.
an infinite body
there's
count.
an indeterminate body. He destroys an
There
entire
could've-
space station.
I don't like that it's in space.
Why?
Oh.
What's wrong with that?
Because he should be at Camp Crystal Lake.
He was at Camp Crystal Lake.
Yeah, the Crystal Lake Research Facility at the beginning of the film.
And then he gets holodecked back to Camp Crystal Lake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like Jason's
We
space.
like premarital sex.
Yeah, and then they climb into their sleeping bags and get the shit beat out of them.
It was great, dude.
That was
I
the
don't
best
know how you
thing.
feel
This was
like
my
whole
second
movie.
favorite until we watched 6 again, and I'm now thinking that I like 6 a little bit better than
It
this
is.
one.
It is not the finest Jason by any means. She is correct about that, but it is still a really fun movie.
I think it's one why I picked it is that it's easily the stupidest
It is definitely the stupidest,
of all of them.
and they're all pretty stupid.
They're all pretty stupid.
The bar is pretty high on the stupid with the Jason movies.
They were really out of places to go, so they went into space.
The only thing I would say in Jackie's defense on not liking this movie is Jason is kind of replaceable with bad guy. Like,
Anybody.
The movie could still be the exact same, and it doesn't necessarily have to be Jason that is the
I don't know
bad
about
guy.
that.
Yeah,
What?
I like him in the woods. I thought it was going to be pretty awesome when it first started because it was in the woods.
Well, not really. It's in a research facility.
Oh, no, wait, I'm thinking about the other one.
You're thinking about 6?
Yeah, with the paintball guys.
I fucking thought 6 was awesome too!
I thought 6 was awesome. That's what I was saying. I thought, oh, okay, it's starting out pretty good here. And then I remembered, that's
wrong
not,
movie.
That's not in this movie. And then I was like, this movie sucks.
This movie starts out with hell is in your eyeball.
Yeah.
The credit
They're
sequence.
doing brain surgery or some shit. I couldn't even really tell what was going on.
Well, I just think that it's implying. Why are they doing anything? The credit sequence is
Stupid.
not.
It was
has
like,
nothing
we
to do
have
with shit.
the ability to do 3D animation.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Hell is in your eyeball.
Yeah, I guess.
I hated that. That's right.
Are you just going to be a hater?
Pooper madness.
Are you just going to be a hater this whole episode?
Yes.
Huh.
Haters want to hate.
Haters want to hate.
I hated this movie.
Lovers want to love.
I will tell you right now, the only part of this movie I liked was when they hologrammed him back to the Crystal Lake.
You know what's funny about you, Jackie? Is you say this at the start of every episode. I hated this movie. And then we start going into the plot details and you start laughing your ass off. About, I forgot about that part. That was great. I think you actually like this movie.
My taco meat and cheese was more interesting than this movie.
Your taco meat and cheese is more interesting than any movie that's ever existed. Like, that's all you live for is taco meat and cheese.
That's
so
right.
You're not really making a statement there.
And donkey fucking chips.
You don't like kids, you like Taco Bell. Basketball. 1997.
Oh, God.
One of the only part. I've never seen that all the way through, but I've seen that part.
Yeah. So the movie starts out with hell is in your eyeball credit sequence. They're doing some surgery thing on Jason. In theory.
In theory. I don't know. It's just like, ooh, red and blood and credits.
Yeah,
Right.
credits.
So really the movie just starts when the graphic comes up and says Crystal Lake Research Facility, and it's in the future, but not super in the future.
It's like 4 days in the future.
No, I thought it was still like 50 years in the future or something.
No, actually, I do know this because I looked up the plot details to this movie. It's 2008.
Oh, but that was in the future.
In the future, which is our past.
Because the movie was made in like 99.
Right.
It was, I think they shot this, like started shooting it in 99. I don't think it gets released until like 2001.
Let's just say 10 years. Why don't they do that? 10 years into the future. Don't give us a fucking date. Just say 10 years into the future so that we can't be like, well, it's the future. Because now 2008 is the past. We don't have cryogenetics for fuck.
The Terminator hasn't happened.
The Terminator, Skynet has never gone live that we know of, except for I do have an Xbox One, which may be Skynet.
Yeah, which may be because it knows who I am.
That's right.
And it always tells me hi. Does it tell you hi, or is
It looks at you while you sleep on the couch. It watches you.
I know, it fucking freaks me out.
He's like, that guy's got moves like Jagger.
Does it?
It does.
I think it's more like... That guy lays around a lot. Anyways, so Jason's there. They've captured him somehow. Does that happen in 9?
I don't fucking remember what happens in 9. I think this is really disconjointed from the rest of the series.
I think it is, too.
I think that actually the series is sort of disconjointed from itself because 6 and 7 are connected. Because...
No, 5, 6, and 7 are connected. Because Jason's dead.
No, I thought 4 and 5...
buried.
4 and 5 are connected.
4 and 5...
Because Jason's not in 5.
Oh, that's right. He's not
They
in
bring
5.
him back. So 6 and 7 are connected.
So it's 4, 6, and 7 are connected.
Yeah.
Because Jason's in the grave at the end of 4, right?
4 and 5 are connected because... Yeah, so 1 and
It's
2
like
are
the
connected.
Fast and Furious series. You just can't tell when things happen or how.
So 1 and 2 are connected. I think 3, 4, and 5 are connected. And then 6 and 7 are connected.
Well, anyways, at the beginning, Jason's been captured. He's in a research facility at Camp Crystal Lake in 2008. They have destroyed all the cabins. There's no more cabins and Lakins and teenage humpers anymore. It's now a research facility of serious business.
Yeah.
Where they keep Jason to
In a straitjacket.
in a straitjacket. The lady
And chains.
the
Right.
cryo girl.
Which, if you notice the chain, like the costume work, he's wearing like a vest, and then there's like chains chained to the vest. Like, I don't really think that would work. You're chaining to fabric?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I don't
That
think so.
seems a little dubious
I could
at
get out of
best.
that, yeah. He looks pretty good, though. Like, there's some nice shots of his eyes, and you can see through the hockey mask,
Yeah.
and his skin doesn't look like it did at the end of 6, where he was basically
Is
covered
rotted.
in leeches, or
He's
not leeches,
definitely rigor mortis out.
but he's
Yeah.
looked better in 6. He got some work done, went to Joan Rivers' plastic surgeon, and got some work done. He looks all right. Looks healthy. Looks
That's right, because we learned that he regenerates. That's why you
does.
can't kill him.
And that's why the bad guy or the main
Cronenberg shows up.
wants to study him because it's going to revolutionize medicine because this guy can just regenerate. He's like fucking Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
He is fucking Wolverine. Weird.
Except he's superior. He's super retarded.
Super retarded. He is not smart, Jason.
No.
Yeah, in fact, they mentioned that in this film. But the cryo girl, why does cryo girl want him? Like, she's like, no, you can't come in here and study him.
She wants to freeze him.
But why?
Because that's the only way that's the best way to have him not kill people is to put the guy on ice. They can't kill him. That's what she's figured out.
You can't lop his head off? Because obviously you can lop his head off. Why can't you just lop his head off? Like,
I thought they
sentence
lopped his
him to
head off
die.
at the end of 4.
Oh, yeah. Whoa, do they?
Yeah.
Yeah. He just regrows a head, like a lizard with 2 tails.
I know he falls
Pull a
onto a
tail off
bunch
a
of
lizard
spikes.
and just
I need to
regrows.
see. We just need to, like, fucking run these.
There we
all at
go.
once.
Okay, Twitter, we
from-
challenge you. Hashtag Jason's death. Tell us if his head has ever been lopped off or not. Because that's a question. In this movie, his face gets shot off. But has somebody ever chopped his head off and said, oh, he's done? I'd be curious to know.
I thought that's what happened at the end of 4, but I can't remember.
So, they're in the future room, and they're ready to freeze him, and Cronenberg shows up and says, no, we gotta study him. And
Fuck
she's
you,
like,
bitch, I'm taking this guy.
No, you can't do
Before
that.
and
He shows up with armed men, too.
Yeah. And then inside the room with Jason where they've chained his fabric, a guy doesn't like him, so he puts a blanket on his face.
Stop looking at me.
You ugly fucker.
Yeah. Gross face.
Yeah, gross face. Great film.
So yeah, he puts a blanket on his head, which doesn't work because Jason at that point decides to unchain his fabric or some fucking shit.
We don't know. We don't see how he gets out. He just
There's
does.
a million ways that he could get out, and he uses one of them.
Right.
And then change that guy's fabric up because he's like a decoy now.
I guess, or is it just like...
Yeah, because he's like, remember they come in
What's Jason
and
going
they're like,
for there?
pull that thing off his face, and they pull the thing off his face, and oh no, it's the guy that was in here, and he's dead now, and then Jason fucking kills all of them.
Jason totally
So,
Hannibal
apparently,
Lecter's his way out of there.
That, the military doesn't have very high standards because nobody notices when they walk into this room that there's no guard. They're just like,
No, they left just the science guy, I don't like you, looking at me by himself. There was no guard. Ever.
But nobody notices this guy is not in there anymore?
Well, I didn't know that.
The science guy, yeah.
Those guys were from out of town.
We just got here.
We don't know who's going to be in
don't
there
know
and who's
shit
not
about
going to be in there. Lexa Doig's character probably knows who's supposed to be in there, but she doesn't go in there.
Lexa Doig? Is that Cryo Girl?
She's the...
Is that her actual name?
That's her actual name.
Huh.
I don't remember her name in the movie.
I don't think it comes up. Seriously, in all my notes, I just have Cryo Girl written down over and over and over again.
Yeah, I wasn't sure who the hell she was.
Rami from Andromeda with Kevin Sorbo.
Oh. So Jason obviously gets out, and he kills everybody in that room, including Cronenberg. I should have done better at this at the beginning, but I can't remember how he kills everybody in that room. But from that point on, I wrote how he kills everybody. I know he spears a guy. He throws like a shard of something, javelin style, and gets Cronenberg. I think that's how he gets Cronenberg. But basically all the other army men that shoot him, he just kind of punches
kills them all real fast.
Oh, he punches through a guy.
Yeah, punches him, steals his heart.
Does he steal his heart? Or does he just punch through a guy?
I thought he got his heart.
Like Ricky-O, the story of Ricky. Either way.
I know, I was very sick when we were watching this movie.
Through man. Yeah. Kills all those guys. There's like 5 guys in there. Then Cryo Girl comes running up and she's like, oh fuck, shit's happening. What's going on in there? And then all of a sudden, she's looking through the door. The only door into this room, but Jason has teleportation powers now.
Yeah,
he teleports behind her. And now she's like, shit, fuck. Runs away. He's got a machete, too.
Yeah.
He teleports a machete. This guy has got superpowers.
Oh, yeah.
Out the yin-yang. He's not just fucking Wolverine. He's like Wolverine
and Doctor
Strange. Batman?
Not really. Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing. There you go. Yeah. Okay. So, now she's running away. She runs into the cryo room. She
battles him with the shotgun and sort of keeps him at bay while she works her way into the cryogenic room with the shotgun. So she's like buying herself time with the shotgun to get into that room.
She's blasting him into the cryo tube.
Yeah, well, she's luring him because she's blasting him, and she runs in there and he chases her in there. And then I can't remember how she gets him in there, but she gets him in.
I think she blasts him into the tube. She shoots him into the tube,
and then she locks it, and then the world's greatest machete ever stabs through the front of it.
She's a dumbass. Because, look, I've seen some horror movies, and I'm just saying if I was in that situation and thinking, okay, this is really happening. I am not in a horror movie. This is real life. I'm not going to just go with the tropes that happen. I still know not to stand next to the fucking machine and take a break on the goddamn machine that the killer is in. Just go to a different place. He's trapped. Don't be like, oh, thank God it's over, and lean up against the wall. Because he fucking gonna stab you.
She's looking at him for some reason, like, I finally got you, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And he stabs through and stabs her. Which, machetes are not very... They're flimsy.
This was a really shitty looking machete, too. Like, this thing hasn't been sharpened in a while.
Yeah, it does look pretty
But it'll
crappy.
go right through the front of a steel cryogenic chamber.
It's built by Apple.
No, that was the rejuvenation machine was built by Apple.
Was it really?
Yeah, there was an Apple.
Oh, I was just being sarcastic. Like the
iPhone
well, we got
6 I've got a joke for that later.
All right,
it's gonna fall
so
fucking flat now.
He stabs her. He stabs her in the tummy, and she slumps down in the ground. But the cryo process has already started,
and it's a really good cryogenic chamber, with the exception of the front door, because it's able to freeze the whole room.
High power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it was made by Craftsman.
Frigidaire.
Yeah. Frigidaire, nice.
If you've ever had a Frigidaire, they're much better refrigerators.
I don't have a Frigidaire. I have like a Kelvinator or something, and it freezes my milk every goddamn night. I hate that fucking thing. Anyways, so they get cryogenized, and she's now time has gone by. Woo, it's
Then
future
some
things.
Yeah.
And then like the future science crowd shows up.
They're like fucking
Dorks.
scavenging pirate students of medicine. I don't fucking know what these people
what the
are.
hell they
They
are.
look like Jawas when they show up without the hood.
They do look like Jawas.
I'm
Yeah.
like, what the fuck are these Jawas
They're kind of
doing
Jawas,
here?
though. Like,
They are Jawas, but they're
They're
also
just there for shit. Like they're
Scavengers.
salvaging stuff.
stuff.
And they just happen to find Jason Voorhees, which is going to be worth a fucking mint. And they, of course, know who Jason Voorhees is.
Well, that's not till later because the
No,
one
no,
guy
I
knows
understand,
that,
but I am led to believe that they're Dr. Jawas.
yeah, because he's like a professor of something, which you never even find out. Like they're like,
He's a
They're
professor
like-
of sleeping with his students.
I totally am with you on that. That guy is banging every one of those girls, and they're all getting A's.
Yeah. He's like, pinch my nipples with this weird instrument.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, you got an A, baby. Woo, twist it off.
yeah, she comes.
Not
in with-
just that one, all of them.
Yeah.
Because they're all fucking dumb. All of these super
Yeah.
scientist people are fucking stupid.
I wasn't buying that any of those people were scientists.
No, not at
or
all.
pirates, or fucking whatever. I mean, they're just like, they all have whatever skill they need to have at the time they need to have it. Like, they are all doctors, they all know how to do anything involved with the fucking spaceship. They're masters of trivia. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Masters of trivia.
Why would that doesn't really display itself, but I bet you could ask them any question.
You mentioned they go to the pub and play
Well,
trivia.
if they know how to work everything, I bet they know all the answers to everything anyway. So, fuck.
Unbeatable at Trivial Pursuit.
Yeah, unbeatable.
Well, I think it's interesting that at that point they're like looking at Jason and they're like they find the cryo tube and crack it open and they're like, "Whoa, dude, what?"
And then he falls forward and cuts Azrael's arm off.
Yeah, that was
awesome.
That was awesome. But we find out that like, what's that on his face? Oh, that's a mask used in hockey.
Yeah, no, it's a master. They're trivia masters because
They
the guy
are.
knows that every fucking thing.
Oh, hockey was banned in 2024.
Yeah, fucking assholes.
Which means that hockey's going to be banned in 8 years, according to this movie.
Yes.
Yeah, so they're they're medical. It's a medical
10
school.
years. What year do I live in?
It's a space pirate medical school trivia team
Fair enough.
Circus.
with armed guards. Because
Yeah,
they have those too.
Yeah, why were these fucking army guys on this student expedition?
This spaceship is precarious at best. The writer wanted to model it after Alien, and it was like, well, I guess. Not everybody in Alien was a fucking super dipshit. They all had jobs, like,
Well, how long did it take you guys to realize that the what's her name was a robot, an android? Did you guys know that at the beginning? Because I didn't.
Oh, yeah. I
thought they
away.
introduced her right away as being an android.
I didn't catch that.
I did.
And the second time you see her, he's trying to put artificial nipples on her.
That's when I realized she was an android.
When her nipples fall off?
When her nipples fell
Point,
off.
point.
But
And they
at
were
first, I
brass,
was just
and it's
like,
maybe get
these
some
people
plastic
talk
ones.
like Data. Like, why are they just?
Because he likes the taste of pennies.
That's his DUI trick.
The
When he, when he's
which
flying
doesn't
his
work.
spaceship
Trust
around
me,
drunk,
I know from experience.
rather than sucking on pennies, he just gets a mouthful of nipple from his android, and they still cart his ass to jail.
Droid.
Bang bot. Anyway, so Jason chops off the guy's limb because this Azrael is kind of a doofus.
He's a fucking pothead. How
Yeah.
he ever became a medical doctor?
Or is he?
Or is he? Because he's hanging out with the arm guy. He's just a space doofus.
He is a space doofus.
His parents paid to get him into that school.
Well, he loses an arm, which I was like, I'm on board with this. At first, I was not on board with
It's
this.
hard to get into because you
Now
can
I'm on board.
definitely tell that this is made at the same studio that did Stargate and Outer Limits and all of those sci-fi shows from Canada. And so it looks like one of those late 90s, early 2000s sci-fi TV shows that were on Sunday at midnight.
Yeah. No, I really thought that. It was eerily similar to that. No,
Maybe these kids are from a community college. That's why they're all...
Could be.
It's West Valley Space Pirate Medical Trivia Community College.
You can
Earth
master
2?
in any of these fine community college things.
TV VCR repair.
Wasn't there a TV VCR repair
I think
joke
there is
in
a
there?
TV VCR repair joke in this movie. I really think that there is. It's just so weird that we came to that. Anyway, so he hacks off Azrael's limb. Azrael's like, my limb, bummer. Which I thought was fun because Jason can still chop off arms whether he's a popsicle or not a popsicle.
Even
that's just what he
even
does.
Inanimate Jason is still
that's just
fucking dangerous.
what he does. He's just a sharp individual. And I don't mean sharp by the strength of his character or his wit. He's sharp as in everything's pointy and will cut you. So they take Jason and Cryo Girl. They find Cryo Girl buried underneath some tubes. I don't know how the tubes got on top of her.
My assumption is that she was like, "It's so cold in here, let me cover myself with these tubes."
Oh my god, I almost sprayed beer all over everything.
But that's like the only explanation. She's like, maybe these tubes will warm me up. And they didn't.
And how come,
She's frozen.
Okay, and everybody knows that when she gets frozen to you, right? It tears off a piece of skin.
Yeah, it's not
So
fun.
when they pulled those tubes off, shouldn't she have, like, just
Patchy
been missing,
face.
like,
Patchy face.
pieces of her face? and
She
shit,
also
like,
has gross face.
Gross face.
What's that? No, that's just the way her face looks after you pull the tubes off of her.
People in the past were really fucked up, man.
They're really ugly.
Scarred up. So they take Jason and Cryo Girl to. I thought it was a space station, but it's not. It's a spaceship.
It's a spaceship.
It's got a science facility, a holiday. It's the Enterprise. Let's just face it. It's the fucking Enterprise.
It's like not even the Enterprise. It's like a fucking town. It's like a floating town.
Yeah, but there's only like 20 people who live on it.
But it's huge because when they crash into the fucking space station that has God knows how many people, at least like 70 soldiers is what it said. It's about the same goddamn size.
Wait, the space station has 70 soldiers, or what's the ship's name? It's called like Greedo. Or
Grendel.
Grendel, yeah.
Fucking Beowulf.
Right. How many people are on Grendel? Are
Well,
you saying that there's 70 soldiers on Grendel
no,
or 70
there
soldiers
was
on
70
Solaris?
soldiers on the space station.
Okay. Because there is definitely not 70 soldiers on Grendel.
No.
There's like 20. Maybe 15 soldiers. A lot
It's
of soldiers
about the
die.
size of the Enterprise, I bet. Not the
Grendel?
There's a lot, like, not the Enterprise D from TNG. Because there's like a fucking bunch of people on Enterprise D.
There's like 1,500 people on Enterprise D.
Yeah.
There's
I don't
not
think there's that
1,500
many.
people on Grendel.
Well, it's like that big, though.
It might be that big.
It's just wasted space.
It is just wasted space. And it's a dumb-looking spaceship anyways.
And who sends a bunch of students out without a nurse?
They have a nurse. She's the first one that gets killed. They're all nurses. Wait a
They're all
second.
fucking doctor nurses.
I don't know. Yeah.
Super genius. They've got that maker machine. You stick the kid with the arm missing into the machine, and the machine repairs you. You don't need a fucking nurse.
Yeah, they got nanobots.
You need a computer technologist.
You need a TV
You need an
VCR
IT guy.
repairman.
You need a TV VCR repairman. From West Valley Community College. So now
Space Valley.
Now
Which
they're on
I would
Grendel.
like to go to Space Valley Community College because everybody fucks each other. It's
Space
just
Valley Community College? West Valley.
I think it's Space Valley now.
Space Valley now. So they bring them on board, and they have no interest in de-thawing Jason. They know that he's a
No, they
problem.
start dissecting it.
They start dissecting him, but not de-thawing him. Whereas,
Right,
whereas
because
Cryo Girl, they start
They
reanimating.
reanimate her.
Yeah.
Because they were able to, the android bitch, Lisa Ryder's character, was able to identify that she's able to be reanimated when they first found her.
Right. But Jason is not. He is definitely dead.
Yeah.
And that he's got a very small brain, but probably a huge dong.
They didn't say that.
They
What?
kind of implied it because the one girl's like, I bet you he's packing heat, this big old muscle man. He's like pointing at his wiener and being like,
Well, yeah, I mean, at that
good
point,
stuff behind here.
what kind of rocket scientist is she if she's not just going to unzip his pants and look at his wiener? Like,
There's Check's penis. Is it bigger than mine?
Yeah, is it? I bet he's packing heat. What's the harm in looking? At this point, fuck.
He's dead. Or so you believe.
Well, he's still cold, so there's shrinkage. So
Maybe.
they got to reanimate him to check his wiener. It's just not a good representation.
They thaw him out, and then they use the sweetest made penis pump on him to see what he's capable of.
They're like...
A bath mate.
And then they're like, oh, that is disappointing.
Damn it.
He's a shower, not a grower.
Top tip, it's always disappointing. Anybody that pulls out a wiener is going to be disappointed. So the blonde starts working on Jason. This is blonde who never really goes anywhere, but I am to believe that she's the smartest person on the ship.
Because she has a sports bra on.
She has a sports bra, exactly. She is the least sluttiest dressed one, but she's still dressed like a slut.
Yeah.
She's maybe not the smartest, but she's the least stupid because she doesn't really say any stupid shit, whereas everybody else in the movie says tons of stupid shit.
I guess not, because I don't have any notes about
She
her
doesn't
being
say
really
very much
fucking
of
stupid.
anything. She's
Pretty stupid.
She's actually trying
Just
to do
maybe the least stupid.
work, whereas everybody else is just fucking
Trying to
around.
bang.
So she pulls out his eyeball that's like a stepped-on grape, basically. That was not a good-looking eyeball that she pulls out.
And then she puts it in a sink that's full of dry ice. Okay.
Freezing it.
That's where that goes.
That's where that goes.
Mm-hmm. How does she reanimate Jason?
She doesn't. He just comes back to life. He's fucking Jason.
Yeah, but she has to do something. Like,
No.
triggers...
No, she
He
doesn't.
just thaws out,
He just
and then
gets
these
to a
people
certain-
start having sex on the ship, and he's like, "Oh, fuck,
That's
kill
what
you."
it is.
That's
It's
right.
the fornication
fucking people
wakes him
start
up.
humping, and...
Yeah, he's like, "Screw that, dude. My wiener fell off 6 movies ago."
I am now room temperature, time to kill. I really want to know what Jason's thought process is. Like, somebody should... That should be a movie, maybe a 5-minute fan fiction YouTube
We
video.
should really just get, we should do it for the website and just have a video of Jeff explaining the thought process. Because I bet Jeff knows.
Jeff probably does know.
Jeff, of course, from If We Made It.
Yes. So, Jason is now beating the shit out of the blonde lady, smashing her face up, punching her. She doesn't put up much of a fight. She is definitely not combat ready. Sticks her face in the cryo goo, the liquid nitrogen or the hydrogen peroxide or assorted chemicals.
Oh, no! This is also when she's first struggling with him. Remember how much of a hand... Kane Hodder fucking
right.
basically
he doesn't
raped
just
her.
get one handful, he then switches to the other
hand.
boob.
And he gets a handful of each tit with both hands while he's wrestling her around. He
is definitely
basically
assault.
rapes her.
That is definitely assault.
Outside of her
unquestionably assault, because there's no fucking reason for it. I understand sometimes, if you're gonna come up behind a woman and you're picking her up, ideally you want to have an arm underneath her armpit and on the way to the armpit, because I'm a master. I have done this once or twice where I've sneaked up on a woman and grabbed her and taken her to my dungeon. No, I have no experience, but if I did, I could imagine what this would be like. You may, on the way to the armpit,
get some
boob. But he does, then he switches to the other boob.
Well, it's not some boob. He gets...
All of the boob.
all of the
He's lashed
boobs.
onto the boob. I understand. I'm just saying sometimes accidents happen deliberately. When he switched to the other boob, I was like, that's assault, man.
Yeah, it is. And that's what's funny. When I first came up with the joke, the camera turns on... You turn on the camera, turn the sexual harassment off, or whatever. When I fucked up my own joke here.
But don't.
But
Okay.
I forgot completely about this. This is the chief handful. I've never seen anybody molest somebody more on camera.
Wow, you got away with one there, buddy. So, anyways, he bashes her face into the liquid nitrogen, and
Her face freezes, and then he bashes it up against
off.
Yeah, which I can't. I have a weird obsession with frozen people getting smashed. I really like that. In
It
movies.
looked like a Slurpee.
It does look like a Slurpee. Fine. What? Okay. Wait, what?
It looked like a Slurpee.
A Slurpee?
her face?
Yeah, after he...
Or lack thereof?
Yeah, he's like, BAM!
It does. Actually, it does. It
He
had that
should
red,
have jammed
like,
a straw
foamy
into
look
there
on
and
the
been like...
sides of it. Yeah, it does look like a...
and then got an
Slurpee.
ice cream headache because she was cold.
Mm-hmm.
Slurpee headache.
That would have been genius. Missed opportunity. We should have wrote this movie. Yeah, so she's dead.
Uh-huh.
I don't really know her name.
She was blonde lady.
The blonde lady, yeah.
I remember her face.
I remember her tits getting molested.
So now Jason's loose. Everybody's business as usual. Let's continue to have our premarital sex and our...
the instructor's getting laid.
But the instructor also goes in and has a private conversation with a guy.
Some guy.
The benefactor of the Grendel.
He's like some guy who he sells shit to.
Yeah, I guess. And the guy is like, wait...
Jason
Crystal Lake,
Voorhees,
you got a guy
I know.
named Jason? I know. Is it
I'm
Jason
from the
Voorhees?
future. I know fucking everything.
Jason Voorhees? Was it Jason Voorhees?
Yeah.
I think so. Oh, I will pay you 80 bajillion cubits or rubles or whatever the fuck they have in the future money.
Apparently the Russians have taken over rubles.
Dong.
Space dockets.
Taiwanese. Is it Thailand that has Taiwanese or Taiwan that... Taiwan or Thailand... Excuse me, I've been drinking. That has the dong.
I don't know.
Currency. Oh, there's a country that's got dong.
I thought that was Korea.
Maybe it is
No, I don't think so. I think Korea has the dollar. Korean dollar. I don't know what they have in North Korea. Other than a chubby guy.
Who doesn't show up on
doesn't show
TV.
Oh, he showed up in a cane and they're like, oh no, our leader is weak. He's got a cane.
He showed up this week?
With a cane. So maybe he does have the gout.
He does have the guy that eats too much fucking cheese.
This is like 3 episodes of the show that is fan talking about Kim Jong-un's
Kim Jong-un is a fascinating man. He is stinker madness in real life. Because I just can't wait for the Kim Jong-un documentary because that's an episode of Stinker Madness where it's like, who the fuck is this guy? What a fucking character. He's daffy as shit.
He loves Dennis Rodman.
Anyways, moving on. So... Of course, Jason is now going from room to room.
He gets this... Well, in between him busting the chick's face off, that's when Lexa Doig is reanimated and finds out that they brought him on board, and she's like, he's gonna wake up and fucking kill everybody, and like, oh no!
Meanwhile, also, Azrael got his arm back.
Yeah. Because you just stick it back on.
Yeah.
And it sort of hurts a little bit.
Future glue.
And then he goes and plays some fucking video games, but we don't see that till later.
Yeah. So...
Yeah, Lexa Doig freaks out, and then he kills the people that were screwing because that's what woke him up.
So,
he's like, you sons of bitches, I was totally taking a nap.
Apparently, also during this time, the boob scene, the Data, EDI, Cortana boob scene.
Most likely Lisa Ryder's actual boobs.
Her nipples fall off, but she has an inferiority complex.
Because, she doesn't so much as he does.
No, she thinks that her boobs aren't good enough.
Yep.
Do you like my boobs? I want bigger boobs. And he's like, well, why? You're a fucking robot. And she's like, well, Jennifer's got bigger boobs, or whatever the fuck her fucking goddamn name is, because there's no characters in this movie, there's just bodies.
Bodies, yes.
So I was like, inferiority complex. It's kind of weird. Is that just like a generalization against women? Like even robot women have inferiority complex? Either way. So her nipples fall off and Jason's awake and...
he kills the screwers.
Kills the screwer. Well, he kills a screwer.
Yeah, one of them gets away. She's really stupid and she'll come back into play later.
He stabs Humper number 1.
Humper number 1.
Stoney, whose name was Stoney. I did write down Stoney.
You know, there's Azrael is the guy that lost the arm.
Okay, so some of them do have names.
They all have names, I just can't remember most of them.
Yeah.
So...
I just remember Azrael because he was such a fucking dickhead.
Well...
And this is when he's now playing the video games.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, because
they said
Azrael was the cat in the Smurfs.
That is true.
He's also the Prince of Sorrow in Saturday Night Live.
He's also Batman's replacement.
Oh, that's true. One of them.
One of them. So, anyways, you're right. You're absolutely right. They are in... The next thing is the video games.
Which you
we
don't
see
know.
dinosaurs or
all of a sudden there's
green monsters.
There's a fucking monster and you're like, what the fuck? Jason's the least of their worries on this spaceship?
Why are they even keeping green monsters on here?
Exactly.
That's what I was thinking. Like, this place is a fucking... a disaster waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But it turns out it's the holodeck. And Azrael and Big Guy.
Dead Meat number 5.
Dead Meat number 5.
Actually, he's like number 10 by now.
Who's only in this scene. This is the only time
he's just there to get killed.
Yeah, he's just there to get killed. They're playing basically future Gears of War.
Mm-hmm.
And Jason's like, what the fuck is this shit? And he kills their avatars, essentially. Chops the one avatar's head off, and he's still talking.
Azrael in half.
Cuts Azrael in half. And they're like, bummer, what? And I'm like, oh, god damn it, please don't have talking heads. I hate it when a head gets chopped off and it can still talk in movies, because it's like a talking baby.
It sucks.
It sucks. Don't do that.
I hate talking babies.
I hate talking babies equally to talking heads, because it just is stupid. But it turns out it wasn't. It was a fake video game. Their avatars simulation, and Jason's like, what the fuck? I just killed these assholes. Mm-hmm. And then they stop the game, and then Jason's still there. Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's time. It's time to die. Azrael. Rostov.
Dead Meat number 5.
So he fucking gives the big guy, or no, he gives Azrael the backbreaker. The classic over the knee.
Yeah, he breaks him over his knee.
Just like fucking Bane did to Batman.
Just like it.
Did that happen before?
No, that was Bruce. That was
like
Wayne.
94.
That's why Azrael shows up.
Azrael is there. That's a Batman shout out.
Maybe.
I think that's a...
It is. This movie's just chock full of shout outs.
Somebody call Kevin Smith and ask him. Well, and then... what do we call him? Dead Meat number 4?
Say 10 or
gets
whatever.
the face smash against the side of the spaceship.
Yeah.
I really wanted him to go through...
I thought that was the laziest kill in the movie.
I thought it was super lazy.
Yeah.
You could have shouted out to Batman and then shouted out to Jason 6, where he smashes the lady's face through the trailer.
Yeah.
That guy's face should have gone through the spaceship.
Yeah.
That was lazy. Come on, dude. What the fuck? Missed opportunity. So, where are we at now on Bodycat?
Now
we've got 3 dead spaceys.
And at this point, people know, because the one bitch that was screwing has escaped to the point where now everyone knows that he is back alive and he's fucking killing everybody.
Right. Well, there's an engineer. He doesn't know. He's off.
He's doing bullshit. He's playing EverQuest.
Yeah, he's not...
Which is actually a thing, because the writer named a lot of these characters after his EverQuest friends.
Well, you know, it was
because
great,
EverQuest is
that
awesome.
is so dorky.
Well,
I do some dorky shit. Don't get me wrong.
Is
I watch
EverQuest
Marvel
still a thing?
Agents. I wear a Spider-Man t-shirt every now and then. My mother-in-law just bought me Captain America socks.
You're currently wearing an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I am
shirt.
currently wearing an agent. I do some dorky shit.
We're
EverQuest
EverQuest is super dorky.
Supremely dorky. That is the pinnacle. That's like fucking James Cameron level of dorkiness. Like, I am going to go into the ocean, to the bottom of the ocean for the sake of my dorkiness. That is what people do with
still
EverQuest.
have EverQuest?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, it's big money. It's not World of
server
Warcraft
down?
money, but I think it's like the original server's gone, but
they still have. It's not like
there's still EverQuest.
Star Wars Galaxies is gone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a new EverQuest out every, 2 years or something. But the engineer, EverQuest guy, he's safe. Because now the space marines are there on the scene to stop Jason.
Yes, and this is one of the points where I'm just like, it adheres to bad action, because they shoot up everything. Like, are they aiming at anything?
Everything.
Everything, and it happens in a lot of movies, like, the crack team shows up and blows the fuck out. It's like, aim at the guy. Aim your gun at the guy you're shooting at. You just shot up the whole fucking room.
I think that's
And
fun,
how is
though.
it these bullets aren't, destroying the ship?
Yeah, you shouldn't be able to fire those.
Yeah, the ship's
Future
hull
weapons.
must be something special.
Something special, but apparently it's not, because Jason can just punch through it down at the end.
Yeah.
Well,
he
he's
did.
super Jason at that point.
Yeah, but it seems pretty shitty. It seems pretty thin.
Yeah, it looks like sheet metal.
Yeah, it looks like sheet metal. Dumb movie.
Aluminum siding that they got for free.
Not very well thought out.
So they blow the fuck out of the engineer's room. He no longer can play EverQuest, but he escapes with his life. They show up and stop Jason. Or do they? No, they don't. So now Jason's disappeared from the engineer room. They blew the fuck out of it. Well, they weren't paying attention to the guy that they were supposed to be shooting at. He just like, these guys are bad shots. I'm going to go over here. So he's walking around still. He grabs one of the gun guys, snaps his neck. At this point, I'm like cataloging deaths.
Because my next death is right after the one you just said.
Neck snap, number one. Then he gets in a fight. He gets in a fight. With Kung Fu guy. He knows Kung Fu and he's like doing jump kicks and roundhouses and headbutt to the ovaries, the ovarian delight.
And at this point too, when he's killing all these people, Maddox. They're doing a very good job making themselves available for death by splitting up.
Yeah.
Let's all go out on our own. It's like getting in a line, basically, for Jason. When you walk off onto your own, that's like lining up. And they're basically lining up to die.
Well, Jason tosses the fighter guy onto the drill.
Onto the auger, yeah.
Yeah, and they say...
You liked that part, even though you were not
you laughed.
You were like,
screwed.
That's awesome.
He's screwed.
Remember he twirls down the auger?
That was cool. That was the best special effect in this whole movie.
I would say you might be right. We'll see. We'll see. Let's table that and see if there is one better in our future notes. So then he cuts a throat. Gecko. Gecko's throat gets cut.
Yep.
And then the one guy finally gets him. And puts him on the big anchor that's in the fucking room for whatever reason.
No, that's not yet. That's not
Candyman.
That is Candyman, yeah.
No, it's the white guy with dark hair gets him stuck on the anchor.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I got him. And they're like, don't turn your back on him. He's like, I got this. And he turns fucking around and gets cut in half.
Yep. Jason pulls himself right off the hoist.
And then puts one of the girls on there, just shows up on one of those, too.
Yeah.
Because there's multiple anchors in this docking bay.
Hoists.
For whatever reason.
Anchor-shaped hoists.
They're like, we should put this in a spaceship so someone can become impaled on this at one point during a movie that doesn't make a lot of sense.
Safety first, Sam.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the battle trooper, the lead, Colonel Mustard... Might as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to call him Colonel Candyman because he fucking looks like Candyman.
But he's not.
He's not the same actor, but the resemblance is
very either one of their names
similar. They talk the same. Their heads are the exact same.
It's like he's 20 years younger. That same guy.
Candyman. Yeah, right. Yeah, Candyman's definitely older than this guy. This guy is future Candyman. Past Candyman.
Candyman 2.0.
Anyways. So
is he bees?
He's kind of bees. He's kind of bees because he's like, I'm done for. So hear me out here. Hear me out. So he's like the battle leader.
Yeah.
He's the field commander, whatever you want to call these space marines. He's obviously the best equipped to deal with Jason.
He's campus security is what he is.
Yes. And he's like the sergeant, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sergeant of campus security.
Yeah. So he gets in a fight with Jason. Does better than anybody
Moderately
else,
better
but
than everybody.
Not good enough. Takes one in the ribs. He's like, that's not gonna kill me. Jason's like, okay, shunk.
And then he's all, that ought to do it. Which is an awesome fucking joke.
It is a good line. So Candyman's in theory dead. Which is why I'm like, is he bees? Because he's not. He's like, that'll do it. That'll kill me. But he's like, no, I'm okay. He pulls himself off the things later, and then he's back to being Captain Kidnap.
Which, later on,
he saves everybody's life.
Lexa Doig has to, negotiate that area. Because remember, she has to go through the spikes, and she, barely gets her neck there.
Right.
There is no physical way for him to get off of those.
There is not. You're absolutely right.
There is no way
he's stuck on those things.
He's there, but he isn't in the movie.
Yeah.
One more thing that just doesn't make sense.
No, that's a good... I didn't spot that. That's a good pick.
Now we're getting to where they're almost to the space station.
Yeah, they're on their road to Solaris. And I got a note here. If anybody can explain this to me. It's in quotes, and it says, goat fuck?
I have buckhead.
Buckhead?
What the... bulkhead. Never mind. I have bulkhead written down because I'm like, this is a spaceship. He's got a machete, and he's still just normal Jason. Can't they just close some bulkheads and get him locked up somewhere? They don't ever try to do that.
Yeah, it's
They never
like
try to just isolate him.
no doors in this
Well,
whole
they do at the end.
spaceship.
They do at the end.
fucking
Well,
locked.
yeah, but that's because they aren't. The Space Marines, though, think they're so awesome that they're going to kill him.
Well,
No one just tries to isolate him.
he just goes into the pilot's place who's trying to dock with Solaris. And...
All pilots in the future, by the way, wear cowboy hats.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
All
the
space
pilot
pilots
sucked. He was
wear cowboy hats.
He's one of the only recognizable actors. I can't remember his name.
He was a dumb fuck.
He
is a dumb fuck.
He sucked. Oh, ladies love me, but I'm so lonely. Ugh. Enough. Die. He dies. We don't see how he dies yet. But basically, spoilers, he gets everywhere. He's
everywhere.
He is a mess. There's bits of him all over the...
Jason also hated him.
Yes.
He hated him more than anybody.
Yeah, you're a douche.
Like, chop. Space cowboy hats, I've seen enough of this shit.
He's like, fuck you, buddy.
You're no Han Solo, douche.
Who did not wear a cowboy hat?
No.
No. Coolest space navigator guy ever. Pilot.
Space navigator.
He was a pilot.
Yeah.
He's
Coolest
a smuggler.
Smuggler.
Coolest space guy ever.
Yeah.
Could R2-D2 fly the ship?
It
Was
seems
Han
to me
Solo
that
actually a
R2-D2
wanker?
can actually do about anything.
Yeah.
Like, Star Wars would have been a really short movie if they were just like, R2, fix it. And he does, and
he
the
does,
movie's
and they
over.
fly off.
And then the movie is actually just a short film on YouTube that lasts a minute and a half.
These are not the droids you're looking for. Credits!
Well, that one might be because he can fucking do anything.
So, either way, the pilot's dead. They crash into Solaris. Infinite deaths. Unlimited. Ding, 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 ding.
Todd Farmer is the name of the writer.
Yep.
And I believe he, in an interview, said that there was up to 3,500 people on the space station.
Fuck, why not just say 10 billion?
Exactly. It's infinite.
It had skyscrapers.
That's his
It
joke.
had skyscrapers.
It had skyscrapers.
There's more than 3,500 people live on
a lot
Solaris.
of fucking people.
Yeah, a whole shitload. But Solaris is
Not very
apparently-
much bigger than the goddamn spaceship.
It's the shittiest space station that's ever been built because it fucking crumbles.
Yeah, they've got
And then
plexiglass
explodes.
keeping people from
So
space.
do you think that they hired illegal aliens to build said space station and that's why it crumbled? Because they weren't going against
Solaris
space?
was also built by Apple.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. And then they kept those aliens, illegal aliens, at the space station to make them do maid work and sewerage work that no other person wanted to do. And then they were like, they took our jobs!
Blow it up! Either way, it sucks because
My joke
Grendel,
totally fell
Grendel
flat.
goes right through it like a fucking knife through warm butter.
yeah.
It was like, fuck you!
And just it explodes. Solaris, I'm out on Solaris. Like I've seen what happens on Solaris.
It's like a Corey Barton home.
Yeah, it is like a shitty cookie cutter paper and napalm. I wrote built out of paper and napalm.
It's like the walls in a Edo period Japanese castle.
It's shit. It's not built well. So they can't land, obviously, because there's nothing to land on. But Jason's now found them. The remaining group, the survivors.
That are in the bridge area. No.
They're just in
They called that the bridge, but then the pilot is flying from a cockpit.
they're like in the panic room.
No, they actually called it the bridge. No, they didn't. I don't know what the fuck they...
They're just in a room.
The spaceship
sort of
doesn't
science
make any sense.
room where it is Jason proof apparently, but he just fucking busts through the wall, a la Bugs Bunny, and it's time to die. Rostov kills Professor Law because Professor Law tries to bribe Jason, like,
And then-
"Oh, you just want your machete back."
He's like, it's okay, he just wanted his machete.
Guys, come back. It's all right. He just wants a machete.
He's the stupidest professor ever.
Why does he want a machete, Professor? Could you make any connection at all why he would want that?
Oh, God.
Well,
used
Jason can make a connection.
Still standing
Machete
at this
to
point.
head.
I'm still standing on my original. Don't do this movie.
Oh, it's awesome,
at this
dude.
point.
This movie is fucking awesome.
Did you want it to be fucking Gone with the Wind? It's a stinker.
Or better yet, A Star is Born.
What?
Take that.
like you looking at me, looking at you, looking at me. So
at that point, they run away.
They've run away.
And then Doofus the guy that knows all the trivia, that has the android.
EDI, Cortana, Data.
Lisa Ryder from Andromeda with Kevin Sorbo.
C-3PO.
Yeah. He bangs her so she becomes awesome.
She gets an upload.
Of his semen.
Yes.
Of his pee.
I thought that was the best line in the movie. I can't believe that joke isn't made once a week.
Mm-hmm.
He inserted his hard drive.
Nice!
Yes!
Good work!
We also, there was mention of
She just got an additional 16 gigabytes of blam. Well, either way, she gets an upload.
She would have been like the greatest superhero ever if she was in a Bukkake film.
Oh!
Boo!
Because she would then just be amazing.
Yeah, because that's a lot of...
She would have the power of infinite suns.
Or infinite Siemens.
That's how the Sentry got his power. So robot love is good for human survival. She can now fucking do shit that is ballistic.
She is great.
She is a living
They might
weapon.
well at this point in the movie they should have played Back in Black behind her. Going to kill Jason. Got a leather outfit on.
We have a
She
time
has
limit.
bullets. Like, she has bullet armband things that she doesn't really need bullets because the guns are... I don't even fucking know what's going on. But anyway, I think this is the best laugh-at-me moment in any of the Friday the 13th movies. All together.
Yeah.
One of the other reasons why I chose this is because of this sequence when she kicks Jason's ass. He stabs her, and she, like... You're like, it's the Indiana Jones thing. Like, the guy's got the swords and Indiana Jones just shoots him. It happens to her, he just stabs her and she goes down. But then, she's not done.
No.
She says something stupid as shit.
She does cartwheels and then kicks him in the chest and then lands on his... She does the crotch neck sit on, like when you sit on somebody's neck, and she's like, giddy up. And then he punches her in the face.
Well, that's after she actually beats the shit out of him down the hall, and then she's shooting at him, like, behind her back. She's hot-dogging it.
Oh, she is hot-dogging
She's hot-dogging it as bad as Bostwick at the end of fucking Megaforce. And she's winking and smiling like she's giving out Rice Krispie treats to children. And just like, hell, you like that? And just blows the fucking out of him. And then she gets punched in the face, but eventually blows him into pieces and leaves him.
She shoots his arm and leg off, half of his torso, and 3/4 of his head, plus his machete.
Yep. Jason is fucked up.
He is really fucked up.
But they now have bigger problems because they're running out of air because screwer number one that escaped managed to only escape. Kensa has killed herself.
She freaked out in the ship, the
landing vessel.
Landing craft thing.
And then crashes it into the rest of the spaceship, causing fucking problems that aren't Jason.
She blows herself up real nice. We also missed that the engineer gets electrocuted.
Oh.
Because Jason tosses him into the circuit board or whatever.
Yep, that's true.
We also missed the Microsoft conflict.
I wrote down Microsoft conflict.
Where everybody freaked out and beat each other with each other's limbs.
Yeah. That's what happened in the Microsoft conflict.
That looks not... That doesn't seem like a good time.
No, it's a bad
It's
deal.
probably the that iPhone again.
What it was the Microsoft conflict was when they did the improbability drive and went to the event horizon and then found the doorway to hell, and they all just ate each other's arms and hit each other with arms, and then one guy just stood in the background and waved his arms like, oh, this is crazy. I'm in fucking hell. If you haven't seen that, watch that part of Event Horizon. It's so fucking stupid.
Well, Tiamat is on the way. They have a rescue ship now planned.
But there's not enough time.
The ship is bleeding out, and they make a plan to separate the ship in half. They're gonna go to one of the arm things and blow it off and be safe in it until Tiamat shows up.
Yeah. At which point, the Macintosh comes into play, and my joke that's going to fall flat, I'm going to tell anyway.
Bring it.
That's okay. Mine fell flat earlier. Go for it.
Mac, they just work. Even when you don't want them to. Because they reanimate Jason and turn him into Super Jason.
That's right.
Yeah, I didn't get that. Like, there's not enough here to reanimate him, is what the computer says. We'll just go find other things to stick on him.
Yeah.
Yo, he's fucking...
So part of his face was probably a bedpan that they just had laying around. They're like, it isn't a medical facility.
His face.
It's like, you smell.
He's probably smelled bad before. He probably smelled like garbage can bad before. Now he smells like homeless man bad.
Yeah.
And then, so, I also forgot when they blow... Because now they're going to blow because they don't know that he's Super Jason yet, so they're blowing up the ship to make themselves a life pod, basically, out of part of the ship. And they do that with these things that look like remember the game Simon?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
The explosive charges looked like the generic version of Simon.
They did. Yeah, you're right.
They may have been...
Paste them on the wall.
Yeah, they may have been the generic version of Simon with Velcro stuck to some corrugated metal.
Very much indeed.
Well, let's just
Art
face
direction.
it's probably duct tape.
Well, Jason gets rebuilt in like 2.5 seconds.
Yep.
He's good to go now.
Mm-hmm.
And did you guys notice that he's like epically buff now? He's gained shoulders.
He's like
Dolph Lundgren Jason.
He's super fucking Jason.
Yeah.
He's not just Mecha Jason.
I wonder if his
ripped
penis
shit Jason.
got bigger.
Well, it's
in
not.
the
It's
upgrade.
definitely not cold anymore. I bet.
Maybe. And here's a missed opportunity.
Because obviously all of the robots and tech and AI are all horny motherfuckers in this movie. So, duh, he gets a penis enlargement.
Well, I would think that now missed opportunities, and this would have definitely pushed it over the rated R, that it made his penis into a machete. And he gets an erection and he just machete
Whack, whack, whack.
just
Whack,
humps
whack,
him, yeah.
whack, whack, whack. Yeah.
It's like, you want some premarital sex? I'll do it to you with a machete wiener.
You know, I've
Machete
seen that
wiener,
on the internet. The old penis reflex chopadonk. That's what they call it.
That's what they call it?
Yeah, that is what they call it, I believe.
Chop it
Anyway, he shows
Chop it
back
on.
up.
Yeah.
They get the sergeant has been found somehow, and he's been also fixed prior to the machine getting fucking broken and then
But
fixing
before that, EDI Data Cortana C-3PO is like, oh, you're back for more? Oh, I see you've got an upgrade. And he just fucking clocks her and her head comes off.
Yeah, and that's my note there is Lisa Ryder, and then I have a frowny face emoticon.
Oh,
because
man.
I like it when she is stupid and shooting him.
Yeah.
And she just gets her head punched off.
This is not pervy, but I miss her body. When her
should
head
watch-
becomes detached, she ceases to kick ass.
You are a candidate for watching Andromeda with Kevin Sorbo.
No, I don't care about her body. I care about EDI C-3PO Data Ninja Robot's body. Because once her head comes off, she ceases to be awesome. Now she's just fucking Lisa Ryder.
Now she's just another handicapped person in space.
She's just disembodied
head. She was awesome. Now she sucks.
And then, so
we all know
Jason's
we don't
causing
like talking
problems,
heads.
and the sergeant's in there, and he's like trying to get shit figured out, and then everybody busts into the room.
She becomes a talking head.
Yeah. Everybody like busts into the room, and he's like, "What's going on?" And then Lexi Doy goes, "Jason fucking Voorhees, that's what's going on."
Yeah.
And that is the weirdest moment because it's almost like it's a different movie
It
for
is
1
a different
second.
movie.
It's
It is a
different
trailer.
movie.
It is a preview of the movie inside the movie.
Yeah, it's like you're outside of it. It's very transcendental for
This
1
is going to
second.
be scary. This movie is going to be frightening.
You're like, this is real.
Yeah.
And then it's not anymore.
Yeah, it's not
And then it
anymore.
goes back to being this movie again.
So, they blow the charges. Ship separation. Oh, Jason's fucked. Or is he? Well, now he's actually Jason in space. Because he's out there floating around. And he's coming right for us. He punches through the hole of the side of the ship. Sucks Janessa out. She's liquefied, I guess. Because the hole that she goes through is pretty
They put
small.
a grate on it, yeah. They showed some of her guts left.
Yeah, a bit.
Yeah, she was cheese grade.
You know what's weird?
She was ground beef.
Like Jackie was sad about the idea being homeless in that GE commercial. Remember that scene in Alien 3 where the alien gets sucked out through the hole and Sigourney Weaver's like, my baby.
That's Alien 4.
Alien 4, whatever. I kind of got a little emotional on that.
Really?
Yeah.
I was sad when it bit, was it Brad Dourif's head off? I was like, it's a beautiful butterfly.
Oh, yeah, Brad Dourif's in that movie. We should do that movie.
Alien 4 is definitely going on the board.
Okay, anyways. So Candyman's like, well, fucking Jason's in space. I need to go Eva.
No, that's... Wait. Very significant thing happens before that. Is the doofus that built the android uses the holodeck to make Camp Crystal Lake.
Yeah. To
Is that
distract
already?
Jason.
No, that is not already. Candyman goes Eva before...
Okay, so he goes outside.
Either way, he's out there trying
Because
to...
the door doesn't open.
Yeah, he's trying to help out, and these guys are trying to... Oh, we gotta get away to this place where Tiamat can pick us up. I gotta go EVA, but it doesn't
Open
work.
the door.
Jason comes in. He just busts in, and now he's in the ship. Ship is exploding, bits everywhere, but Candyman... Or no, now it's when
The
it
doofus makes the...
Jason with Camp Crystal Lake.
Camp Crystal Lake. And then, the fucking weirdest thing happens is these chicks show up, and they're like... Inside, like... Oh, the, very self-aware moment where they're like, oh, let's have premarital sex and make all the jokes of why Jason kills people. And they take their shirts off. You're like, where the fuck were the tits for the last hour and a half of this fucking movie?
They were on Lisa Ryder.
And you're like, because they have
then they
all
fell
this
off.
fucking sex at the front end of the movie where you don't see anything. You're like, oh, so fucking West Manitoba's dinner theater was the best actors and none of them would show their fucking tits? What the fuck, man?
West Manitoba Dinner Theater.
That's what, I mean, that's what they were doing before this.
Yeah. I'm a serious actress. I'm in a Jason X movie, and I cannot show my boobs. Like, well, then you don't belong in a Jason movie.
And the chicks that shake their shirts off, they got one line and they fucking nail it. They're like, oh, we're gonna do this and take our shirts off. Like,
We love premarital sex.
Yeah, best part of the movie.
They could not stop giggling. I loved that they just kept giggling.
And then they got into the sleeping bags, which harkens to, is it part 3? Is it part 2? When he does the original sleeping bag? So it's 3 then?
Yeah, I think it's 3.
Okay. But then the sleeping bag...
Twitter, tell us.
Yeah, the sleeping bag call or shout out from a previous movie. He beats them to death in the sleeping bags or whatever.
Yeah, he really goes to town on those.
Which apparently, trivia-wise, there was originally a different death planned, and it kept taking too long to shoot. So Kane Hodder himself was like, let's just do the sleeping bag thing. If we're gonna shout out to older Friday the 13th, let's just do this. We can shoot this real quick.
Yeah.
And they did. And
Really
you can
good
tell because it's like
really good call.
Just some fucking other sleeping bags inside the sleeping bag or whatever.
Looks great. Works great. I loved it. Great scene. So now Candyman is back and I'm going to stop you, Jason.
He's in a red spacesuit.
Yeah, he's in it was like also a call out to another movie and I couldn't place it. Did you guys catch that? The red spacesuit with the face mask thing?
I can't remember what fucking...
I've seen that before.
That's from...
I'll tell you where it's from. Armageddon.
No.
Is it?
No.
Yes.
No,
Is
Armageddon
it?
was
No.
after this movie.
Yeah, it was after that. So...
By a fair amount.
What's his face in 2001 where he's Eva and gets knocked off by Hal?
It might be very similar to the spacesuit.
I think it's kind of because there's different colors of those guys going out. There's like the orange thing that fucking David Bowman wears, and there's the other guy's in red. What's his name?
The guy that shows back up in 3001 that's the main character. I can't fucking remember.
Oh, God. Anyways, it might have been a shout out to that. Twitter, again, tell us. So Grendel explodes, and it takes Jason with him. They're now on this
rescue vessel.
Well, they're not on Tiamat, are they?
Yeah, so
Yeah, they are on Tiamat.
Yeah,
he's coming right for us!
And Lexa Doig has to run back in to grab Lisa Ryder's head.
Right.
And so they get back on the ship, and they're safe now.
But Tiamat explodes.
And then all of a sudden...
Or not Tiamat, Grendel.
Grendel explodes, and then the other ship is like, oh, we're safe. But then you look out the portal, and here comes Jason flying right for him.
Great shot.
Then my next and final note is What? Because, what? Is like, as he's flying there,
nowhere.
the other guy just like sideline, like linebackers him.
J.J. Watts his ass out of space.
Yeah. And then takes him into a re-entry.
Onto another planet that's just like Earth. That just comes out of nowhere. This planet just is now there.
Again, missed opportunity. As he's behind him, and he's forcing him into the atmosphere, he should have surfed him down.
That would have been awesome.
That would have been awesome.
That would have been awesome.
That would have been fucking amazing.
Yes, woo! Atmosphere, we'll get exploded. But now there's some teenagers down on the lake. What's that? I don't know. Let's go check it out.
It's a meteorite.
Yeah.
No.
Let's go check it out.
It's Jason.
Obviously, this was supposed to be a sequel, or are we to infer that was Earth 1984 and this all takes place in an alternate universe?
That's Earth 2.
So every Jason movie from then on, Freddy vs. Jason, takes place on Earth 2, or do they just like, fuck it, no. Fuck Jason X.
That's all that is like, he's still alive. And we're washing our hands of this business.
That's a pretty good call. I still think this movie was shit.
I
hated it.
Love it.
How do you like these movies that are like Saw and fucking Insidious and...
I don't like Saw.
And Conjuring and these butt-ass fucking horror films. And I'm a horror film lover. And you don't like silly stuff like this.
I don't like horror in space. I hate it.
It wasn't necessarily a horror movie.
I'm gonna,
just for that, Jackie.
It's fucking terrible is what it is.
It's fucking terrible.
It's the worst one. This is the worst Friday the 13th movie. That's why I fucking chose it. It's ridiculous.
It's awesome.
And just for that, I'm going to do the Hellraiser in space.
No!
Bam!
Oh, no!
Bam!
Bam! Face! And not now. Not next my pit. Not
Gonna
my next
serve it cold?
You're just going to be like, what's the movie? And I'll be like, Hellraiser 8 or what? I think it's 4? No.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And you're not even going to tell me it's the space one, are you? And then I'm going to be like, all right, sweet,
like,
Hellraiser.
I think I'm going to go on it.
No!
I am totally going to space out after Christmas just to punish you. I got Event Horizon coming up. I've got what else do we got? We got space movies. Movies.
Well, it's horror in space, so there's only isn't the Leprechaun go to space eventually?
He goes to the hood.
I don't know. Showgirls. Showgirls is in space, right?
Showgirls is not in space.
Yeah, dude, what?
Roadhouse.
Now there's
Ishtar.
Basically there's the Hellraiser in space and Event Horizon, and that's about all we can do.
Planet Terror.
As far as torture.
Galaxy of Terror?
Galaxy of Terror.
Galaxy of Terror. We could do that tour. Yeah.
It's not really that much fun to do an episode on.
I'm just saying, I think that it was a mistake to put this movie in space. I like the traditional
the movie
Jason
being made
movies.
is a mistake.
Is a mistake, and that's why it's on this show.
Yeah.
This movie was shit on a stick. Don't watch it.
Fucking watch it.
Try
to shit on a stick instead of watching this movie. It is way more fun.
That's not the worst idea I've ever heard.
And if you YouTube it, you can upload it to our...
No, do not upload shit on a stick to us at all. We don't want to see it. I hate poop. I fucking hate poop. On that note, let us get to the chopper.